I was having some thoughts this morning. I've touched on looking into Lilith before, and I never really connected the two together until this morning. So I'm just throwing out a potential idea for discussion, really. And it kind of crossed my mind that maybe we are all soul shards because people say that twin flames are here to heal the original split. And I was starting to read into Lilith a little bit today. I don't know why. I just started looking into it again. And I realised that was actually the original split, not Adam and Eve. If you read the story, basically, Lilith is supposed to have been created, there's different accounts, either before or the same time as Adam. And they were both created in the same way out of the dust. And basically, Adam wanted to have control over Lilith. So I think sexually he wanted to dominate, he wanted to be on top, she refused to be underneath. But I think it was quite metaphorical for she just refused to be controlled by Adam and to be subordinate because she felt that she was an equal. And Adam got really angry, she ran away, and she then went on to be evil, so they say, and murdered babies, and there's a whole story to it. But she was the original counterpart of Adam, but she refused to be controlled and submissive to the man, to the masculine, and he refused to surrender and to give up any of his control. So there was a power battle and there was a split. Now, we all, not all, but there's a big assumption that the twin journey is healing that original split. This came to me this morning because I was starting to think about why the masculine energy often runs from the feminine energy. And I know that when I connected to my connection, I had 2 days of solid crying for no reason, where I kept saying, I'm so sorry for leaving you, I'm so sorry for leaving you. And this was ridiculous because I hadn't left, I hadn't gone anywhere, I hadn't even started really getting into communication. So it literally came from a very deep place, which I think is probably some kind of past life thing that came up to the surface on connection. But then I got thinking about this a little bit more this morning. I don't know how it came up. Things sometimes randomly come up like that. And I connected it to the original split and thinking maybe the woman was the one that left in the original split. And that's why the man heavily fears being abandoned. So he abandons first before he has the chance to be abandoned, or the masculine energy anyway. And then this led down the path where I was thinking about it, and then I kind of thought about Lilith, and then that whole mind thing got there anyway. So it was just my thought that I wanted to put out there and get a bit of feedback on. That it's just an idea, but that maybe what we're healing is actually the original split from Lilith and Adam, which was all about learning to balance, learning to surrender. They couldn't do it, so they split. Maybe the split has been going on all the way back since then, of men trying to control women not wanting to be controlled, and being kind of up in arms about that. So both sides have to learn to surrender and have to learn to, it's not about being in control, staying in control. I think I did a video on control as well. And I just think maybe that's where everything came from. It was that original split that we're healing, and we're all soul strands of that original split, because that would make sense. If that was the original source, then we're all different soul strands of that, healing that original split of control abuse, really, and an inability to surrender. So maybe it's gone on from the very beginnings. Maybe we're still learning from that very original split, because he then went on to make, because she was his first partner, made equal, created equal, but he could never see her as equal. He always wanted her to be dominant over her, and she didn't want that. She wanted to be an equal. She was a fiery woman. So that creates a lot of the power battles now between women and men, wanting to dominate, not wanting to be dominated. And then Eve was made out of one of his ribs, so she was not equal. She was made from Adam, and she was a lot more allowed Adam to control her more. So maybe that's what a lot of people find themselves getting involved in, is an Eve type situation where they're able to control and sit safely in the fact that they've controlled. But the ultimate partnership is finding that balance and that equality between the two, the masculine and the feminine energy. So this was just something that hit my mind. So I'd love to hear if anyone else has had thoughts on the whole Lilith story and the original split. You know, obviously we don't know for sure, and we can only channel our guidance and things that we read, and it does have some basis in legend as well. But it just hit me this morning, and I have only just started looking into it, so I need to do a bit more research, read up a little bit more, and go and think about things a bit more as well, and see what guidance I'm getting. But just wanted to throw that out there.